Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Sriya Imran, MPhil Molecular Biology, Qaid Azim University, Islamabad, Pakistan. Today in this video lecture, I will explain some basic concepts of biology. First of all, I will define science and biology and will discuss divisions and branches of biology and will go through a relationship of biology to other science and then careers in biology. What is science basically? Science is the study based on observations, experiments, and logic conclusions in order to study the basic concepts of nature. Initially, the scientific information was not classified into various branches, but all information was under the same heading as a science. But later on, this scientific information was classified into various branches like biology, chemistry, physics. What is biology? Biology is the scientific study of life. Word biology is derived from two Greek words, bios meaning life and logos meaning thought or reasoning. In biology, we can study the structures, functions, and various other aspects of living organisms to understand and appreciate the nature. But in addition to this, we can, by studying living organisms, we can also get information and remedies related to the human problems regarding health, food, and environment. There are various divisions and branches of biology, but here three major divisions are mentioned: zoology, botany, and microbiology. As its name indicates that zoology deals with the study of animals, botany deals with the study of plants, and in microbiology, we can study the microorganisms like bacteria and viruses. These are some other divisions like morphology. Morphology is the study of form and structure of living organism. In anatomy, one can study internal structure of living organisms, and histology deals with this microscopic study of tissues of living organisms. And in cell biology, one can study function and structure of cell and cell organelles. And in physiology, we deals with the function of different parts of living organisms. And genetics deals with the study of genes and their role in inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance is basically the transfer of genetic information from one generation to next generation. And in embryology, one can study the development of embryos of living organisms. And in taxonomy, one can study the naming and classification of living organisms in various groups. Paleontology deals with the study of fossils. And what are fossils? Fossils are the remains of extinct organisms. In environmental biology, one can study the interaction of living organisms with their non-living environment. In sociobiology, one can study the social behavior of animals in various societies. In parasitology, one can study the parasites, and biotechnology deals with the study of use of microorganisms for welfare of mankind. And in immunology, one can study the immune system. What is immune system? Immune system is that system which can protect you from various infections of viruses or bacteria, etc. And in entomology, one can study the insects, and pharmacology deals with the study of drugs and their effect on different on systems of living organisms. Here we can see the relationship of biology to other sciences. One cannot deny the interrelationship of various branches of science. In this diagram, we can see that biology has a relationship with chemistry, economics, mathematics, physics, and geography. The combination of biology and chemistry is called biochemistry, and combination of biology and economics is called bioeconomics, and combination of mathematics and biology is called biometry, and combination of physics and biology is called biophysics, and finally the combination of biology with geography is called biogeography. In biochemistry, one can study all the compounds and chemical reactions that are occurring in living organisms. For example, the photosynthesis, respiration, All these can use the knowledge of chemistry. And in bioeconomics, one can study the living organisms from economic point of view, like benefits and losses of wheat, rice, etc. In case of biometry, one can study the data obtained from biological experiments can be analyzed by using various techniques and tools of mathematics. And in case of biophysics, for example, the muscles and bones can function by following all principles of physics. In biogeography, one can study the distribution of various organisms in various geographical regions of the world. Careers in biology. There are various types of careers in biology. One can choose any of these as a profession, like medicine, surgery, fisheries, agriculture, animal husbandry, horticulture, farming, forestry, and biotechnology. In medicine, one can deal with the diagnosis and treatment of various diseases of human. And in surgery, one can remove part of, remove, replace, or repair part of the body. For example, the removal of kidney stone or transplantation of kidney. Fisheries is the professional study of fish production. One can serve for enhancing the quality and the quantity of fish production. In agriculture, the professionals deals with the food crop and animals which are source of food. Agriculturalists actually work for the betterment of crops like wheat, rice, and cow, animals like cow, etc., for the from which we can obtain food. And in animal husbandry, one can concern with the care and breeding of domestic animals like sheep, cattle, etc. And horticulture, it is also called as art of gardening, in which horticulturalists actually work for the betterment of existing varieties and production of new varieties of ornamental plants as well as fruit plants. And farming actually deals with the development and maintenance of different types of farms. For example, in animals farm, they use various breeding technologies for the production of animals, which can produce better protein and milk source. And in poultry farms, one can produce chickens and eggs. And in fruit farms, different fruits can be produced and grown. In case of forestry, one can look after the natural forest, and they can also give advice to the government for planting and growing artificial forests. And in case of biotechnology, one can use microorganisms for production of various products for the benefit of mankind. For example, by using bacteria, one can produce insulin commercially, and this insulin is used for treatment of diabetes.